Hey everyone, Jane back with the final video in this series on learning the basics of reading crochet symbol charts. This is part 6, and you can find the first 5 parts of the series if you need to catch up or review. The links for those videos will be in the description below. Each week I've been working through another part of the willow square using just the symbol chart, explaining the symbols as we go. I broke this series up into bite-sized videos, and in this final video we'll be working through rounds 8, 9, and 10 of our willow granny square using just the crochet chart. The chart for the series is slightly different in these last 3 rows than it is on the written pattern in the blog post. So in this tutorial I'll be discussing alternatives for these rounds. Let's take a look at the stitches we'll be using in this tutorial. Looking at the stitch symbols, we see we'll be using the single crochet stitch, which we're familiar with, and the single chain stitch, which we've also used. The beginning chain 1 stitch will be used to start our rounds as we've done before. And as before, our rounds end with a solid circle, which is a slip stitch. A new symbol group we've not yet come across will be the ones we work at the corners. This is a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the corner chain space. This is just a combination of the single crochet symbol and the chain 2 symbol combined. This is done to save space so that the symbols aren't jammed too tightly together, and it's often clarified that this entire group is worked into one space. It's so common that it's become its own symbol. We'll discuss these symbols more as we come across them in our chart. Remember, you can find out how to get the PDF of this symbol chart in the description below. And we'll be using the color version chart as that keeps us on track with where we are, as well as what color will be coming next. Now let's get working on our final 3 rounds of our willow square. So just to recap here, we have finished round 7, and our square is looking like our chart. And our chart now has color in it, so that's kind of nice. We can actually see what it's supposed to look like. Now we're going to move on to round 8. So you want to look for that number 8 with a circle around it, and it's usually pretty close to where we finished off the last round. We're coming back to green, haven't had green in a while. So we're starting in the chain 3 that we ended, and we have a single oval upright, which means a chain 1. So we want to join our green in this chain 3, and then we want to chain 1. And again, that doesn't count as a stitch, it just sets us up for that first single crochet. As you can see, this entire round is single crochet. So we're going to go ahead and work a single crochet into this same chain 3 space. And then we're going to move over, and we want the next single crochet to go into the top of the chain 3 from the previous round. So you go right into that top chain 3 that you joined in, and there's your single crochet. You're going to single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So we're creating a nice border here. Now you're going to single crochet into that chain 1 space of the previous round, just 1 single crochet in there. And now we look, and we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So we keep moving across. Single crochet in the next chain space, and then we'll take a look here what we've done. We have done single crochet in each of the stitches and each of the chain 1 spaces. That's what we're going to do all the way across to the next corner. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll do our corner. So we've worked our single crochets all the way across. We worked through the first 3 double crochets of the corner. So now we've reached the chain 3 corner space, and what we want to do here is, it's a different looking symbol, but it's not stitches we haven't done before. This is a single crochet, chain 2 single crochet into the same space. So the reason it looks like that, of course, as we discussed before, is it just condenses it so that it fits better, and it makes you understand that all of that goes into 1 stitch. These little single crochet stitches are hard to jam together, so we just turn it into a V, and you know that you're supposed to work 2 of them into that same space, and there's also a chain 2 in between them. So how we actually work that is we go into this chain 3 space, we work a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. There is that little symbol right there. Let's see if we can take a look at it. right there is that symbol. So what you're going to do is the same as what we've just done. You're going to single crochet all the way across in every stitch and every chain one space to the next corner, where you will work one of these little single crochet, chain two, single crochet symbols. And you're going to do that again and then one more time, but I'll meet you back here before we finish the corner. So we worked our single crochet all the way around, and we worked our corners with the little chain twos in them, and we're back ready to finish off our square. So I worked a single crochet in each of the last 3 stitches, and now I want to finish my corner. So I'm going to single crochet in the same chain 3 space that I joined in, chain 2, and there's our solid dot right beside our first single crochet symbol. So we want to do a slip stitch into that first single crochet, pull your yarn through, cut your color about 4 inches and pull it all the way through. And now you've completed round 8. So now round 8 is completed with the single crochet, the solid single crochet. The willow pattern that I put out initially on the blog will continue this single crochet for I think 2 more rounds, so that you end up with this very solid border and it works the colors that you've used before. In this series, I'm going to mix it up a little, and I've changed the chart up a little, and I'm going to do a different kind of border for the next 2 rounds. I'm going to do a single crochet chain 1 border, which gives it a little more air and just a little bit of a different look. So looking at our chart, you can see the resemblance between this square and the one in the chart with the colors. And we're going to move on to round number 9. So round number 9, again, look close to where you finished off. You can see the 9 with a circle around it. And we're going to get our blue ready to go. So we're going to take our blue and we're going to notice here we've got another vertical oval, which means a chain 1. And you're going to do that in the chain 2 space you just finished. And you're going to pull up a loop and you're going to go ahead and chain 1. Now we have our single crochet stitch. So go in and complete a single crochet stitch in that chain 2 corner. Now here's where I differ from the one that's on the blog. I would normally do a single crochet in every single stitch to the opposite corner, but instead we're going to do this chain 1 single crochet edging. So we've worked our single crochet. Now we have the horizontal oval, which is a chain 1. And you're going to skip the next single crochet stitch, and then you're going to work a single crochet stitch into the next stitch. So go ahead and work that single crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, skipping over the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Again, chain 1, skip over the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And you can see here how it's forming. We're going to work this all the way across to this corner. So go ahead and work those single crochet, chain 1, skipping a stitch and working into the next stitch all the way across. So here you can see I've worked the chain 1 single crochet all the way across, missing every second stitch. And we've reached the opposite corner. And you know you're in the right place when your single crochet went into the last single crochet before the corner crochets. So there we are. Then we did our chain 1. And now we're going to skip over this single crochet and work a corner single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So go ahead and go in there, single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet again into that corner. That's a very common corner treatment that you'll see in a lot of my charts. So we've worked across an entire edge, we've worked into the corner, and now we're going to do that all the way around. So you're going to go ahead and do chain 1, single crochet, missing every second stitch, all the way to the next corner where you're going to do another corner treatment of single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then you're going to complete the next edge and the final edge. I'll meet you back here at the end of the round to fasten off. So I've worked our single crochet chain 1 all the way around, and I've finished here with a single crochet in the last single crochet before I hit the corner one. I've chained 1, so I will skip over that first corner single crochet, and I will work a single crochet in the same chain space as I joined in. Then I'll go ahead and chain 2, and then I will slip stitch in the first single crochet, as we can see by the single solid dot. So go ahead, finish off your round, cut your yarn, and pull it through. And now you've completed round number 9. So this edging that I do with the chain 1 and the single crochet, sometimes I do a chain 2. If I feel it's pulling in too tightly, I'll do chain 2s in between here instead of chain 1s. But it's okay if it rolls up just a little. That's partly what I use blocking for, so it has some give to it and some stretch to it. And then the next round will help even that out as well. So our final round, round 10, obviously will be the last round in the chart, but you can see it here by the number 10 with the circle around it. We're going to use beige in this case. And again, we're going to join in the chain 2 corner we just finished in. So go ahead and insert your hook and pull up your beige. And then we're going to do a chain 1, as this oval shows us, and a single crochet into that same chain space. That starts our round. The round is going to be the same in the fact that we're single crochet chain 1, but where we work them shifts a little bit. So our first single crochet was in the corner, then we chain 1, and then we work a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So now we can see a little better where these are supposed to go. Then we do a chain 1, and you work a single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So work your way across this edge doing that till we get to the next corner. So I've worked my way across the edge here, working only into the chain 1 spaces with single crochets and then chaining ones in between. And then I've reached the next corner, at which point I'm going to work my corner treatment. So skip over the single crochet that works for the corner treatment below, single crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and single crochet. That works your corner treatment and your full edge. You're going to continue that all the way around, single crochet into the chain 1 spaces and chain 1 in between, work your corner treatments, and I'll meet you back here at the end of the round. So here we are at the end of round 10. I have worked a single crochet in the chain 1 space before the corner, chain 1. Now I want to work a single crochet into this chain 2 of the corner that we joined in, chain 2, and there's our solid circle, which is going to be a slip stitch in the first single crochet. And that will complete our round, and we can cut off our yarn, again around 4 inches to darn it in. So a few things here. You can see how it's kind of curling up just a little. It will do that with the chain 1 because it's a little bit pulling it in, right? The chain 1 isn't as big as a normal stitch, so it does tighten it up just a little. I actually find for me, this works itself out when I block it, either with a steamer, which is my preferred way, or you can wet the square and pin it out, and the yarn is very forgiving and it will give you that extra space and still keep a nice crisp edge. If you're finding this way too tight and it's really curling up, you may want to do a chain 2 in between your single crochets instead. That is an option that I will do sometimes depending on the yarn, depending on the design. Sometimes I will put a chain 2 in the middle to give me that extra space on the square. So here's the other option. I have this one that I did with a chain 2 in between. So you can see here that I did a chain 2. It gives it a little more movement on the edge. It depends on what you're looking for. The chain 1 will work and you can block it out, or if you feel better, you can do a chain 2 instead of the chain 1, and it gives you a little more space in your work. So that finishes our Willow Granny Square and wraps up this series. I hope that you feel a little more confident now to tackle reading more symbol charts. Most charts will give you a symbol key to follow along with the chart. The symbols are universal, so once you start to recognize them, you'll start to see them showing up in all the crochet symbol charts that you can find. My goal is to share as many of my Granny Square patterns with you as free tutorials. If you want the symbol charts with and without the colorway versions, I have those for sale as printable PDF files in my shop over on my website, www.jspcreate.com. You can find the link for that in the description as well. If you've enjoyed this tutorial and this series, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you're sure to catch all my tutorials as they come out. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.